Fluffy cat.
And panda.
I think when we initially deal with fear, it's very hard to think about being able to operate and moreover being able to use it. You know, people don't really think that you can use it all the time. It's not a natural thought that comes to mind when it comes to fear or, anxious thoughts, anxiety. For myself, whenever I dealt with or have dealt with anxiety, I've had to really will myself to, perform or whatever you want to call it, in any capacity. And it can be a very hard thing because sometimes somebody else's negative mindset can be placed onto you and you won't really know how to operate or deal with it, how to function really is, and it can be that extreme. There are many instances where fear can be so debilitating that it bleeds into everything and anything that you're doing. And you can't really do things in a way that's more measured or a way that can help you.
I have fear too.
Yeah.
And especially when you are depressed and you feel anxious and you feel like you are being chasing down by a monster called fear, or maybe anxiety, or maybe depression, and you feel like you are sitting in the dark. Especially when you are emotionally sensitive, your emotion or your body can amplify the fear. So it's very hard to stand up. But after years of experiencing, I think there might be a possible way of dealing with it. I think the core principle is to gain confidence. But this is also the most difficult part, how to gain confidence. I think it's better to focus on the thing you are good at. For example, if you are good at math, then you can do the calculation, or you can study a program on it. If your English is crappy, I would say, then don't deal with this language anymore. So when you feel that you are a failure in some aspect, actually you can gain more confidence from the aspect that you are good at.
Yeah.
You can talk about your own experience?
I think that you have to take time to know what your expertise is, and sometimes even if you do find your expertise, it may not be the right thing for many reasons that you'll learn later on, which sounds contradictory in itself. But basically, you can approach something where you do very well, and you can take a step back and look from the outside in at yourself and go, maybe this isn't what I was meant for.
And actually, I think people always have a false presumption of dealing with fear. Have you ever thought of that? Actually, you don't have to face your fear.
Yeah.
For example, you are traumatized after your quarrel with someone, like your parent or your partner.
Mm-hmm.
And I always think like this. I always think, actually, you don't have to face it. For example, if you are living with your family and you have different habits or lifestyles, and they are posing some, I won't say threat, I think it's more like their expectations on you. And do you really need to deal with it? Do you really don't have other ways of solving it? Actually, we do. You can have your own world, and they can have their own world. Then each party is happy. I don't know if I have made myself clear. Sometimes I can be very confusing to the people around me.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing, but I knew exactly what you were meaning. But I think, sometimes things do have to be said in a way that's vague, because you can learn more from it. You can take more from it. And there's more interpretations that people can take. So actually, it may be better that you worded it like that. Although it may be funny to me in my head. But frankly, if you really think about it, I mean, that can go for anything, right? Whether you watch a movie, whether you watch or listen to whoever you're listening to. You take more out of something than they're giving you. And sometimes the multiple interpretations, which lead to the same conclusion, can help you. It can help give you a better idea of how to apply it to your life, what somebody is saying, rather than a specific instance of whatever it may mean to whoever. Yeah.